All right, after a long day of waiting for the servers to come back up, we are finally got our hydraulic weapons back after 4 months ago. And I just wanted to go through with what I've learned over those 4 months using hydraulic weapons from the first time they were offered, and just give you my thoughts. And the thing is, some of these hydraulic weapons are absolutely great and must-haves, and a lot of them are really not. We'll start with the assault rifle. I'll do the Hydra last. But with the assault rifle, it has a large magazine and it has a much higher impact than most of the assault rifles out there. But overall, it's just kind of a medium weapon. Most people, if they're using their assault rifle, they're trying to do a massive amount of damage at medium range, and impact isn't really all that important. It has a magazine size of 40, which sounds good, but with a automatic rifle, even though this one fires a little bit slower than most of them, you're going to be eating up that magazine pretty fast. So to me, this is a weapon that you really don't need. At best, it's average, and there's a lot of other assault rifles out there would do the job much better. Heading on down to the pistol next. This one, once again, and you'll find this with all the hydraulics, the big push on these is the impact, which is a factor I really like on some of my weapons. It has a high crit rate, it has a high crit damage, which is a really good thing to have. The thing is, the pistol really, on average, is not doing that much damage. It is not firing as fast. It's kind of a halfway between the Judge pistol, which does much more impact and does really good damage, but fires at a slow rate with a heavy bullet, and like the Riptide, which will just go through ammo super fast, but does a ton of damage with very little impact. So usually you want to shoot a weapon for a specific reason, and in this case you have one that's kind of halfway on both elements. So once again, if you have a Outlander who has a bunch of pistol perks, alright, great. This will be an average pistol for you. If you're not running an Outlander with pistol perks, then I would find something else to use. And then going down to what I consider a must-have. This Dam Buster has saved my life so many times. I have it always slotted. And the big thing about the Dam Buster is just the massive amount of impact it does. And I think it does more impact than anything else out there. Even when I was running, I have a level 98 character, but running against mobs that are 140, more than 40 levels higher than me, this thing was still just killing things and knocking things a hell away from me, keeping me alive. And mainly if you are somebody who uses their RPG, for control, more so than damage, this is what you really want. If all you're going to do is spam an RPG for damage, then yeah, this isn't necessarily what you want. But if you're sitting there actually targeting like smashers, when I target them, I always have a destination where I'm trying to send them back to, whether it's over a cliff or like in Twine Peaks home base. There's places where you can send them into the lava by knocking them back. This is great to have. And if you don't want to use it in lower levels, fine, but get it, keep it, because you're definitely going to want it in higher levels. Of all the weapons, to me, this is the number one to get, mainly at the high end of the game. Alright, and then we're going down to spears. Really don't even know why I'm showing a spear, because who uses a spear? In truth, really have never seen anybody running around using one of these, and it's to me, doesn't really fill any slot whatsoever, except for something to slide into my resource book here. Okay, shotguns. I love shotguns. Now the shotgun, this one does extremely high impact, which that's kind of what shotguns are for. Shotguns are used when mobs are up close and they do much more damage. There's also a much more likelihood that they're going to be hitting you really soon. So you want to have a heavy impact on your shotgun, and this one definitely does that. Unfortunately, I didn't get one with good perks the last time I ran this, so I'm going to be pushing hard to get me a better weapon with better perks. Also, when these came out before, you had standard perks like on this one, fire rate, durability, crit damage, and stuff like that. But in recent months, they've added in perks that increase the impact. And that is a really big deal. So definitely, if you enjoy using shotguns or you have the hero who specializes in shotguns, this one is definitely above average, and definitely go for it. Moving on to the sniper. This thing, the Tusami. Oh, great name. Don't like the weapon. Once again, impact is for when something is close to you or about ready to charge you. You want to keep it away from you. A sniper rifle is for something hitting way out there. And usually you're targeting them. You're trying to get the headshot. And you're usually going to do a 1 kill or 2 shot kill on them. And you don't need impact on it whatsoever. It has the same range as many of the high-end sniper rifles, which are mainly focused on extremely high damage instead of impact. So for me, this is kind of a below average weapon for what it's used for. The other thing is, you really don't want anybody shooting one of these things if you got a nasty hangover or a headache. The sound is one of the most distinctive weapon sounds in the entire game. Just one shot and I instantly know somebody's using it in the zone. So if you want to annoy somebody, it is a good thing to have. So, but on average, as a weapon to do damage, find yourself a different sniper rifle. On the sword, I actually love the look of it and everything else, but usually the people using the swords are the ninjas, and ninjas are worried about doing massive damage and not so much on the impact. I could see one having this as slotted for taking out mist monsters, but in truth, I think the ninja is still better off using a high damage one instead of a medium damage sword that does heavy impact. And then final, if you are a constructor, enjoy playing on a constructor, you definitely want to get this hammer. I would say it's an average weapon for everybody else out there. It does massive impact. I looked through all my other legendary meal weapons, and this, I think the highest one I found outside of this one was about 280 impact. So this one's doing much more impact on your constructor, or at least a lot of the constructor heroes. They have a perk which increases blunt meal weapons. So you definitely want this one for your constructor. Also, I've seen people use it on their bruiser defenders. And it is actually really funny to watch the defender just sit there and slap a husky husk all over the defend area. So if you do any melee at all with your constructor, definitely grab one of these hammers. It's funny to watch, and they're very, very effective. And they have the Hydra here, but they don't list the stats. For some reason, it's formatted different. So I'm going to go over here and pull up my own Hydra. This thing is one of the best, most recommended weapons in the entire game. It is just kind of a perfect standard weapon to use in every situation. If they give them out like they did before, it will be energy, so it's good against everything. Just straight energy, not one of the 3 types. And prior, increased crit chance, crit damage, and reload speed. I'm going to be doing another video on what's in the store this month, and I'll be purchasing a new Hydra, so you can check out that video to see if the perks are the same. But the Hydra it has to be the best all-around weapon in the game. It's just a good one to have on your person, and it'll definitely always get the job done. It has the high impact to keep things away, but it's an assault rifle, so you can use it on your soldier and get those assault rifle perks. And there's a few heroes you can slot as support heroes to get even more enhanced perks on that. So the Hydra, to me, is the 3rd must get out of those. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown. I wanted to make this a pretty quick video, just passing on my experience with them. But yeah, Hydra, if any chance of all, get it. The assault rifle, really kind of a waste of time. Same thing with the pistol. The number 1 item to get, at least for myself and mainly at higher levels, is the Dam Buster. Dam Buster RPG. Nobody cares about spears. Let's go shotguns. That's above average one, but that's only if you have the shotgun hero that has all the perks. Otherwise, you're pretty well better off with the Hydra. Snipers, yeah, impact is not something for a sniper rifle to focus on. Go ahead and pass on that. Swords, and no, if this is your only legendary sword, sure, use it, but otherwise there's ones out there that do much more damage. And then for the hammers, once again, if you're a constructor and you enjoy getting in there every once in a while, you can slap around the smasher husk with these without issue. And also, I've seen a lot of constructors use this for the propane husks that come in. They'll just run up and slap them out of the area, and it just works great. But that is my quick rundown for the hydraulic weapons. Definitely get in there and grab a couple of these. And I'll be doing a few more videos on the quests that they got going on right now. I want to hold off for a second. Actually, it just hit 6 o'clock. But yeah, you have the quests. Oh. Alright. Sorry about that. You have the quests where you're getting all these tickets. So I can get 500 storm tickets right now. But if I go to loot, oh, they finally put it in. I was here at 5:55 and it wasn't up yet. So now it's up. And let's see. Alright, I'm going to hold off on that. Thanks for watching the video.